Shalom, Hebrews. This is a message from the Israelite Brotherhood. This is a message from the Israelite Brotherhood. And I'm finna do this little short video. It's not gonna be long, but I just want to show the Hebrews a little bit of what's going on, because the history that we are fed through our enemies has been a lie and been used to deceive us, and they want us to think that everything is sweet and alright, and there's really no big differences in the ethnic group and how we should all be one. But the game is they trying to get us to lose our pigmentation. It's the whole game. And they go back to Cain seed, C-A-I-N, the dude that killed Abel. You know what I'm saying? Cain that killed Abel. You know what I'm saying? He lived underground in the Hittites. The Hittites will be his descendants. You see, they ain't named with Noah's sons' descendants. You know, they'll slick try to say, well, the Hittites come from Heth. But that ain't what we wrote. We don't have no Hittites connected to Heth. Cain seed. You know what I'm saying? The Canaanites. The Canaanite seeds. You know, we don't have Heth, you know what I'm saying, connected to the Hittites. But that the Hittites gonna be some cave folks, and that's gonna be where Cain was. You know, I did a little short video. You know, I'm gonna just try to, you know, go a little bit more into detail. But it was like a little race war going on, and it was going on against them folks underground. See, them underground tunnels, them underground cities. You know, they had a whole bunch of underground cities, and it's where all the no pigmented people stayed. You know, all the people that didn't have no pigmentation, they lived underground. And I was explaining, this is where hell come from. This is the real meaning of hell. It is when a pigmented person was captured in battle, and then he was taken underground and never brung up. You know, they had nothing but flames underground. You know, they had smelting chambers and chambers where they raised goats and sheeps, all this underground. And them folks lived up underground for thousands of years, and we used to fight against them. You know, them was our enemies and stuff, and them gonna be the people that took Assyria down. You know, them people took Assyria down too. You know, and them gonna be the people that the Creator sent, you know what I'm saying, to get us up off the covenant lands. You know, they had mixed with the with Japhet seed, and then, you know, they came and whooped us and chased us up off the land. But they lived up underground, and that's their origin, and they the original cave people. And these cave people, you know what I'm saying, old Edom mixed up with. Look, you see Hittite. And Esau was 40 years old when he took the wife of Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Beshemet, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite. Alright, them was some cave folks. You know what I'm saying? Them was some cave folks. And them was Cain descendants. And Edom had mixed up with them. And it would grieve our father Isaac and Rebekah. Let me see. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beri, the Hittite, and Bishmet, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief of man unto Isaac and Rebekah. You know, that would have been the grief to them. You know, they son and mixed up with them cave folks and them non-pigmented peoples. And them people, you know, lived underground and stuff. And here go a little history right here. You know, he telling you that they...
A cataclysm, some event, some horrendous weather, something going on where the safest place would have been to go underground. And that's something which, you know, I've speculated about, and various other people have in books.
They say some spaceships chase them underground.
There's some evidence to suggest that these go back to the Upper Paleolithic times. Artifacts have been found,
you know,
something to do with the heights and things like
36
this.
cities underground with 20,000 people. All these non-pigmented people. So, you know, if you captured and you took it down up underground and you ain't never seen no more again, that's going to be hell. You know, they had big old rocks that they can roll and block the entrance where you couldn't get in there. You couldn't get in there and get them. Now, all these are non-pigmented peoples underground. You know, thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them living underground. And you couldn't get to them, you know, but they'll come out like ants and do some raiding and stuff, and then they'll get back underground. And then it's going to be Cain descendants that mix with Japhet. Man, they sucked Japhet and them underground too, and they got mixed in with them. And then they would go all the way from Turkey, from Turkey to London, all through Europe. They had underground cities, and this is where the white folks come from, and this is where they lived in the beginning, the non-pigmented peoples. You know, one of them underground cities. Listen to him.
Some of them hold up to, there's some reconstruction here. This is what they sort of supposedly like in a reconstructed state. They can hold anything as much as 20,000 people at a time. Now you work that out, 20,000 people times 36. Some of them are interlinked for many miles, many kilometres in distance.
All white people living underground, hundreds of thousands of them.
People say, oh yes, well,
hundreds of thousands of them living underground, and we will fight against them. See, this has been the real war. See, this is what it's really about. You know what I'm saying? Them people there, and then as they came up above ground, they start mixing with the pigmented people and make them lose their pigmentation. You know, and that's what they've been doing, and that's been the game the whole time. You know, and I personally believe that they main leader, you know, all them 36 cities underground, 20,000 people, it's going to be one white dude that's going to be worse than all of them. It's going to be one of them that's worse than all of them, and that's going to be the devil dude. You know, and I bet you his descendants still running around today.
Powerful ruler. Bronze Age sites interacted with each other.
It's off. Listen.
Year-old massive underground tunnels are real and stretch from Scotland to Turkey.
From Scotland to Turkey.
Is it possible that ancient
look at them white images
thousands of years ago?
Look at them.
According to thousands
all underground cities all over Europe.
The answer is a big yes.
You know, we lived in valleys and in forests and in open range above ground. We ain't never lived underground, and these people live underground, and then that's why they didn't have nothing, and then when they come off and up underground, then they come take and rob and kill. See, that's all. This is the description of Cain being a vagabond up on the earth, a robber, a thief, a crook. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be in a mix with Japhet descendants. You know, Japhet descendants probably gonna be walking around up in their inheritance, and then all of a sudden they get snatched underground with them devils and stuff. And then that's what happened to them. And the Assyrians will fight against them. You know, it's some history behind this, and we're going to have to start putting this history together because it give a better description of our enemies. It give a better description of our enemies. You know, they ain't never telling us that they lived up underground, hundreds of thousands of them, and that they lived in caves. They'll try to reveal it later on as like a little scientific project that, you know, that really don't mean nothing, but they really telling you about their history, man, and where they from.
Behind these sophisticated tunnels remains a mystery.
Look,
many experts believe that this
hell, this real hell, if you got caught and then you was taken down there in them chambers, and then you never seen the top, and then you know they gonna have some slaves. So just imagine they captured you and then took you underground, and you can't never get back up above ground, and all you see is flames, fire, in this chamber, and white folks walking around underground. That's dreadful. That's horrible. And then that's going to be where them horror movies come from, where the people trying to escape from underground and stuff and trying to make it back to the top. That's going to be about them folks reminiscing about their past right there. You see, Edom had mixed up with them folks. You know, he had some of their girls. I guess they must have caught a couple of them roaming around and stuff. But Edom mixed up with them, and that's how Edom descendants lost their pigmentation, because he mixed with them Hittites. And them Hittites were Cain descendants. You know what I'm saying? The cave dwellers. And then they would have places in the Zagros and basically all over. You know, they even mixed with them Ethiopians. You know, I got images showing, you know, how they mixed with the Ethiopians too. And how they had caves, and how them Nephilims and Raphalims, and that's who the Hittites gonna be some kin to. Well, Edom mixed up with them, and Edom became one with them, and them been our enemies. Them people right there that lived up underground. This is the true meaning of the cave folks and hell. This is a message from the Israelite Brotherhood. Alright, Shalom Hebrews. I had made a video about them folks living underground. Cain descendants. Cain descendants gonna translate into the Hittites. And them folks live underground. And then they even got videos. They even got videos, statements, you know what I'm saying, explaining this history. And I should have had this history inside my message that I had just put out. But listen to this.
To the cave, the underground cities are, and there are 36 of them at least.
36
some
of
of them hold up to, and there's reconstruction here,
20,000 people. 36 of them held 20,000 people apiece.
They can hold anything as much as 20,000 people at a time. Now you work that out, 20,000 people times 36.
Man, hundreds of thousands of them lived underground. They didn't have no pigmentation. And then this is where hell come from.
No reason for these at all.
This is the real meaning of hell.
Oh yes, well they were built by the Christians.
This is the real meaning of hell. You know what I'm saying? Them things been there since 10,000 BC. You know what I'm saying? And in the later days, they'll try to throw you off and try to say, well, some Christians stayed there from the Byzantine. But them things, them underground cities, is the caves that the white folks lived in. Well, that the no-pigmented peoples lived in. And they lived at the foot of the Caucasus Mountain. You know what I'm saying? And it was some in Turkey, and it was some in the Zagros. And then that's where they stayed and stuff. And then they would snatch you and take you underground and stuff. And you wouldn't be heard of no more. And that's the real hell. That's the real hell. And hell done turned into a mythological thing because the Jews done, you know, switch stuff up. But that's the real hell right there. And them folks live up underground.
And he wrote about them. He believed that they were constructed during some former age to escape some kind of battle of UFOs in the air. Not sure whether that's...
See, they gonna try to say that, you know what I'm saying, that them things was built long time ago. You know that's gonna go all the way back to the Genesis days when Cain was ran out the garden and the flaming sword was put after him. We don't really know what all that translate into because our history fell into the hands of some Babylonian scribes and stuff. You see what I'm saying? But them folks lived underground and they be having reunions and stuff underground, and they had it where, man, you couldn't attack them. You see, we used to fight against them folks, and that's them people that the Creator sent to come get us and chase us up off the land. Them folks that come from underground like that. You know, them Scythians, Ashkenazi, all them folks mix with them people, and they become one. Japhet and them got sucked into them, all underground and stuff, and mix with them folks, and they'll have a rock. You know, we'll go try to fight them. Sometimes the Assyrians whooped them, but they would eventually take the Assyrian Empire down. the other folks that they mix with above ground, Ashkenazi and them. But this gonna be what Cain, the one that killed Abel, him. This is where he gonna be. His descendants gonna be at underground, and then they gonna mix with the other folks, and then when they mix with the other folks, the other people lose their pigmentation, and that's what happened. Listen.
Basalt, wheels, so that at times when you do want to be shut off in there, they just rolled these into position. They would have had, sort of logs in the middle of those, so that nobody would have been going. Now Christians were definitely here.
He keep trying to talk about some Christians. He know that they go way before them. If he talking about some spaceships chasing some folks underground, you know what I'm saying? And look at them having a reunion under there. All underground. They know that's where they come from. They at home now. And they know that that's their beginning and stuff. They know that that's their beginning. And that's where they from. Shalom. This is a message from the Israelite Brotherhood.